So today is Thursday, the 4th of May 2026. We are all gathering once again to do this evening chanting to show our respect and a veneration to the Buddha for his kindness and compassion towards all sentient beings. And we've been contemplating on the life of the Buddha for some times. So I thought that I will continue on that story of the Lord Buddha. In my previous sessions, I spoke about Buddha's 7 weeks after his enlightenment, and there how he decided to give teachings. So it happened that when the Buddha, after that, when he was coming back to the Ajapala Nigroda tree, he was thinking that the teachings that he discovered after 4 uncountable aeons and 100,000 aeons of a lifetime of his discovery of a reality, it's very sublime teaching and very deep, and people with dust in their eyes, which means still engaged in family affairs and baited by desires, would not understand these teachings, and it'd be difficult for people to understand, as people are infatuated by sensual pleasures, and they will not give away that sensual pleasure to study the Dhamma and get enlightened, which again we can see an example of it in modern day. Whenever there is a parties, there are number of people attending, whereas if there is the announcement for, let's say, meditation, or let's say listen the Dhamma talk, or let's say coming to the temple just to do the merits, very limited people attends. And that's simply because the teachings of the Buddha is so deep and so sublime, and we, majority of us, are still like to have a pleasure of sensations, pleasure of feelings, so we would like to entertain our senses, and even we like to be called our names, we like to be called, given status and titles and so on, and people will chase for the titles, chase for the status and so on. And these are the worldly gains that we're still on it, and as a result the teachings of the Dhamma is very difficult for those who have essential passions. So as a result, the Buddha, after vaguely surveying, he decided not to teach the Dhamma. Rather, he would just sit and meditate and got enlightened, got parinibbana, or then die from there. But somehow his mindset was understood by so-called Brahma Sahampati, which again, Brahma is one of the highest deities in Hinduism, whereas in Buddhism, Brahma is just one of the realms where those who have attained the jhanas could reborn and live. So there are many Brahmas, not like one single Brahma that normally said in Hinduism. So as a result, this Brahma was also attending to rejoice Buddha's enlightenment, understood the Buddha's mind, that Buddha has withdrawn his intention not to teach, but rather to sit and meditate until his death arrives. So having seen that, then the Buddha, and then the Brahma Sahampati descends himself from his realms and bow down to the Buddha. Bow down to the Buddha for 3 times and requesting, saying that, Lord Venerable Sir, could you kindly reconsider to teach the Dhamma for the welfare and happiness of the many beings. So when the Sahampati Brahma requested in such a way, then the Buddha again surveyed the whole beings, and after he surveyed, then he realized that there are some who could understand, which is the reason why in Thai tradition, normally whenever somebody is going to give an official Dhamma talk by sitting on a high stage and then a normal stage, there will be a requesting for the Dhamma talk. And that request is called Brahmacha Lokadipati Sahampati Katanchali Antivarang Ayachata, and so on. So this is basically Brahma Sahampati has requested to teach the Dhamma. So Venerable Sir, could you please explain the Dhamma so that we could understand and liberate the Dhamma? And that's how the tradition been carried down. So that's actually linked to the Brahma who requested the Buddha. So it happened that after he thought that people were similar, there are some beings who could understand, then he compared people's ability to understand the Dhamma in different stages. So the first, the lotus that there are 4 different lotuses that he spoke about. The number 1 is called Pathaparama, and that's the lotus that remained beneath the water and never blossomed, and that's the kind of a people that they do not understand, or they do not have any intention to learn the Dhamma. And these Dhammas that it's like it doesn't matter how hard you try to teach them, they won't understand at all, or they just can't grasp it. So that's the first level. It's beneath the water, and unlikely they will just come out. And the second one is called, like still in the water, but the lotus buds have been immersed out from the mud, and they would not. They would try to come out, but on the way, these will not survive. So it's like those people with a weaker mindset. They need to strengthen their effort and establish in the path, and require a lot of encouragement and a lot of explanation. Only then they will get some gist of the Dhamma. And that's the third level of a lotus flower, and that sort of a people that we have. So called these are some of us, most of us actually, I would say, related to the third level. We can't say that we are on a fourth level, because we have come across with the Buddhism and have chance to learn the Dhamma, and at least some level we have understood, although we may not understand all. So we are working out, we are listening the Dhamma from different teachers, going to the temples and reading the books and listening the talks and so on. So there is a possibility that we may not be able to continue our journey on this path and slip away along the way, or somehow our faith is not firmly established, which is the reason when something happens, then we don't want to continue, even coming to the temple, we don't want to. So we are in that stage. Unless our faith has been firmly confirmed, then that would be a different story. But our faith hasn't been confirmed yet. Suppose when you go to the temple and you had a dispute with another member, and you will say, I don't want to come to this temple anymore, I don't like that person, and you have given up coming to the temple. Or sometimes you have seen monks are behaving, some of the monks, not all, some of the monks have behaved not that good character, and that doesn't go in line with what you have imagined or perceptions about the monks. And then you would say that whole monks are not good and this temple is not good, and then your faith has been shaken and you will give up doing danas, practice sila, study the Dhamma, likewise. So that's why we probably on the third stage of the 4 different types of people. And then the second one, that the lotus flower is just on the surface of the water. On the surface of the water, that means already blossom, just about to blossom, and have courage to fight with all the worldly affairs, and waiting for the sun. That very next day, it will just blossoms. So this is actually the individuals with a moderate degree of innate character, and could be taught until they become strong. So these people could attain like a liberations. And here again we have to remember that there are very handful of people, as soon as they come across with the Dhamma, they got faith and a confidence, and they dedicate themselves to study and practice the Dhamma, hoping to gain the liberation and come out from all sorts of attachments that they have, or try to be enlightened as quick as possible. So they have a very strong faith in a Buddha Dhamma Sangha, and they will disregard of any other people's comments or disbehave, or even the monks behave. They will not take it personally, but they will take it as their karma, and I am doing my karma, and my karma is to liberate myself as quickly as possible. And this sort of people are very rare to find in the world, which doesn't mean that there aren't. There are some. So they just need some persistence and a good guidance, and then they will be liberating. And then the next one, and that's the third one, and the fourth one, or the lotus flower, has been already raised above the water level, and as the sun shines, so the lotus simply opens up and blossoms. So these are like those individuals, which individuals who have very little clinging or very little passion on a sensuality. So who has possessed the good saddha and good saddha in a triple gem, that they have unshaken faith in the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, and with that they will pursue themselves in the practice of the Dhamma, hoping to liberate. So there is a persistent practice, eagerly, persistently, energetically, they will be working out. And with that, their concentration or their samadhi on the study the Dhamma, understand the Dhamma, will be firmly established with a great mindfulness, the sati. So their sati becomes very strong. So it's called a sati sabbata. So everywhere, whatever they are doing, they will keep mindfulness alert at all the time. So with that, they will develop the wisdom or the panya, and with that, it will help them to understand the Dhamma easily and attain enlightenment. And this type of a people are very rare and very little, and occasionally we can find such people, and that type of a people are there. So after Buddha once again surveyed, after the Brahma Sahampati requested, then he realized that there are some who could understand the Dhamma. Then he decided to teach the Dhamma. So then Buddha simply said that aparuta tesang amata dhammang. So he said that this amata dhamma, the great dhamma, I'm going to teach. So he used the beat the drum of this amata dhamma. Those who have ears bring their ears to hear these noble teachings. So having heard that, then Sahampati Brahma realized that the Buddha is going to teach the Dhamma. So he, after paying respect to the Buddha and circumambulating for 3 times from the right hand, he disappeared from there. Now then, the Buddha thought that to whom he should teach the Dhamma. So he reflected on that, and he realized that his previous 2 teachers were the most knowledgeable and well educated. As a result, they would be the first person to understand the Dhamma. So he thought about it, but sadly he understood that they both have passed away. And when they both passed away, then he thought of the 5 ascetics, those who were attending while he was practicing meditation. So then the Buddha, knowing that these 5 ascetics were living in Saranath, so he traveled all the way to see these 5 ascetics to teach the Dhamma. So that's why we can see Buddhism is not easy one. Buddhism is for those who are wise ones, not that those who are not wise. So we don't need to be disappointed that there are countless of people, despite knowing that the Buddhist teachings are good, but they don't come to study the Dhamma because their ability to understand the Dhamma hasn't been developed. They could be number 4, they could be number 2. So as a result, we don't need to be discouraged. At least we have got this chance to study the Dhamma, or at least we have come across with the Dhamma, chance to learn the Dhamma, chance to practice the Dhamma. So at least we are maybe on the 3rd level. So we do not give up, continue studying from different teachers, reading, practicing, contemplating on that. So we are kind of a wise one too. So we have this merits probably from the past. So we got this chance to study the Dhamma. Myself, I wasn't born Buddhist, but I have got this chance to study and practice the Dhamma, and I feel very fortunate one in the world. And further on, I feel very privileged that I have this chance to study and practice the Dhamma. And live according to the Dhamma. And that Dhamma that the Buddha, after surveying, went to teach the 5 ascetics. So he traveled all the way to the Saranath. And on the way to Saranath, Buddha met with the Upaka Ajivaka. And this Upaka Ajivaka, again, he noticed the serenity and complexion of the Buddha and went on asking whether you are the celestial being or serpent or angel and so on. Then Buddha said that no, but he is the Tathagata, the well-awakened one, well-gone one. Then this Upaka Ajivaka didn't get it. But he thought that maybe. So which again, the concept of a maybe here suggests that they do know that there is a possibility of becoming the Buddha. But when somebody attained it, he didn't believe it. So that's how he left, and rather than listening to the Dhamma from the Buddha, he left. And Buddha continued his journey to see the 5 ascetics in Saranath, in the India now. So and then there, having seen the 5 ascetics, then he taught the Dhamma for the first time to the 5 ascetics, and that's the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutra. So that's how Buddhism gradually expanded, and gradually people began to join and got liberated, and that the teachings continued up to now in our time, in our age. So we are very fortunate to have this opportunity to be born as a human, and this learning this Dhamma, practicing the Dhamma, to walk the path to free ourselves from this samsara, from this life and death, and liberating ourselves, walking the path the Buddha had laid down. So we are very fortunate in that sense. So we never give up and continue practicing, because we never know how long do we have, and we never know after we died as a humans, we will be reborn again as a human, or once we are born in a human world, we may not have this opportunity or fortunate to come across with such a wonderful teachings. So before we die, make sure that we have accumulated sufficient enough merits on this path, so that at least when we reborn, we born in the community where there is the Dhamma practice prevail. So with this in mind, I bless you all. May you all gain the path, and if you haven't cleared the path to be liberated, at least may you reborn in the community where there is a Dhamma practice, and may you cultivate more and more until attain the liberation. So with this, now next we continue later in next time. Now we'll stop here to do the chanting.